All in all, welcome back to the channel. You join me today on a bitterly cold morning, which is why I'm stood inside the house rather than in the shed of shit. I am today going to be reinstalling this crappy old voltmeter onto the ER5 to help me monitor the voltages as I'm riding along. I'm not going to be doing that in the standard way though, which I'll explain in a little bit. So let's get straight to it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do differently. Normally when you install a voltmeter, you'd hook it up to the ignition part of the wiring loom of the bike, so that when you flick the ignition switch, it comes on automatically. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hook it straight up to the battery with some new wiring and a switch, so that I can just turn it on manually every time before I get on the bike. First thing I need to do is make sure that it is actually reading the correct voltage. So as you can see, I've got the battery hooked up to the multimeter, which is reading just over 12 volts. So hopefully when I connect the voltmeter, it should read roughly the same. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, hooked up to the battery, it's reading 11.9 compared to the multimeter's 12.12. So that's close enough. So as you can see, someone's clearly been hacking away at this before. And you've got loads of old electrical tape, some connectors there. So we'll get rid of all that. We'll keep the red piece of cable because it's got the inline fuse. We'll put some new connectors on. We'll wrap the whole lot in cloth tape. See how we go, and then hopefully today get it installed on the bike and see if it all works. Right, there we go. New connectors in place, new length of cable, and wrapped in cloth tape as far as it needs to be for now. So next job is to get out into the cold and start taking off the bits that need to come off of the bike. So the screen, the headlight. Probably need to lift the tank as well to route the new cable. Need to drill a hole for the switch. So yeah, let's crack on, see what happens. Hopefully it all goes to plan. Okay, so there we are, it's on. Just hold on by one nut, just down there, you can see. The thing itself isn't in great condition. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it needs a bloody good clean. There's all rust on the bracket around the back. So if anyone knows where I can get a similar sort of thing to this, that's the right size to fit in between the clocks on the ER5, please do let me know in the comments, because I would like to replace this, if I'm honest, with something a little bit more up to date. So I've got to run the cables underneath the tank towards the rear of the bike, and then the side fairing is going to have to come off so I can get the drill in there to drill the hole for the switch. But so far, so good. So it is so cold in there, so you can see me breathing. Absolutely Baltic. But yeah, so far so good. Let's crack on. Okay, that's done. So I had to go under the tank, slide the tank back a little bit, hooked it up to the rest of the loom with some cable ties, and then just run it past the battery tray, underneath the seat lock, and then out to the side here. So I've now got to take this side panel off, so that I can get the step drill in here to drill the hole for the switch. Not overly looking forward to doing that, to be honest, because this is quite flimsy. So I guess I probably should explain why I'm doing it this way as opposed to just running or installing it normally. Simple answer is because I've just repaired a load of damage on the loom when I rebuilt the bike, because it had aftermarket alarms and all the rest of it installed in a bad way. So I don't want to damage it again, basically. So I figure this way will work well enough, and it also means that if this gauge that I've got does fail, then I can just unplug it and plug a new one in. without having to damage the loom again. I just want to take a moment to drop in to this video some sound footage of Jordan's new exhaust that he put on the ZZR in the last video. He didn't do a noise test at the time because the kids were in bed or whatever. So I'll drop that in so that you can hear what they sound like. Now, the keen of eye among you will notice that those are not the exhausts that he fitted to the ZZR in the video that he uploaded. This is because of a massive blunder that he made whilst doing said job. I will let him explain the situation in the next video that he uploads, and if he doesn't, well, I will take great great pleasure in telling you about it in an upcoming video that I've got planned. So yeah. Right, there we are, all installed. The bike is all back together, apart from the little battery tray there. And for the moment of truth, I'm hoping to God it works because I put it all back together before I tested it, so there goes nothing, I suppose. Well, that's a good sign. We have a little green light. And yes, we have a working voltmeter. Fantastic. It's not the tidiest of jobs, I'll admit. A few little bits of cable that need tidying up here and there, but overall, no, I think the job well done. So that is about it from me today, so please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.